announce the joy that you guys are coming and saving our butts, and I started bawling. That's how exciting this is for me.
Yeah.
My name's Alicia Johnson, and this is my husband, Mandel.
Mandel Johnson.
During the storm, when Helene first hit, we decided to move everything up off the floor just in case. But the water kept rising, and just at the very moment that I plugged in the shop vac, the power went out. So we couldn't get the water out of the basement. It sat there for several days because, of course, we didn't have power for quite a while. It was still wet and black. We tried insurance. We were denied because it's considered flood damage, even though it was groundwater. Groundwater is flood. I did not know that. So all the money we paid for our insurance did not cover not one penny. But in church, there's a couple there that have a history of working with Habitat for Humanity, and they said, you should apply with Habitat. Huge, huge weight lifted off our shoulders because we were at the end of our rope. You know, we'd done everything we could, and that's all we knew how to do. And then you guys came in and rescued us.
I know that overwhelming feeling that the Johnsons described. That's what it felt like when I first came down to the Meadow Road facility and saw the devastation after Helene. Standing in ankle deep in mud, it was really hard to see a way forward. But we stepped forward the way we always do, with community support, springing into action in volunteer efforts all across our community. Looking back, it's really astonishing to see how much we accomplished in those first weeks after the storm. We couldn't have done it without all of you. Habitat staff jumped in like you would expect they would, in all different kinds of ways around the community. Helping with food distribution and water, checking on neighbors, clearing debris, everything that needed to happen in the aftermath of the storm. Somebody from Habitat was involved in doing it. We were really fortunate that our new home construction sites had almost no damage, and we were able to bring those projects back online within a couple of weeks. We were closing houses within a month after the storm, keeping that critical part of our work on schedule. Same thing was true in the Weaverville Restore. It was very easy for us to bring that store back online, and the team jumped in and did incredible work. I think that little store never thought that they would have to carry the whole Restore revenue for the affiliate for 3 months, but they did an incredible job. It took that long to bring the Asheville store back online. There was so much damage here. Thanks to a unique partnership, many of our Asheville Restore staff spent 3 months working with Manna Food Bank as they faced unprecedented demand from the community. We were able to get a temporary certificate of occupancy for the administrative building on Meadow Road, finally able to bring all of the staff back together so we could plan out what this long-term recovery was going to look like. It was a huge boost to morale.
So immediately following the storm, our Asheville Habitat home repair team jumped into action, dealing with downed trees, tarping of roofs, and assessing overall damage in the area. It wasn't long till we came to realize the extent of damage to homes in our community. We had already been working to develop a coalition of repair organizations in Buncombe County called ARCHR. That's the Asheville Regional Coalition for Home Repair. We realized that we needed to implement this program immediately. So we created a centralized intake form and developed our software platform that we use for data storage and project management. We're now concentrating our work for our low-income community and those that are underinsured or uninsured completely.
As Habitat began to regain our own operational footing, we started to make the shift from immediate response to recovery. With more than 11,000 housing units impacted by the storm, our region's housing crisis was exacerbated. Habitat for Humanity's strength is in long-term recovery and rebuilding. We will be here for the long haul, building and repairing homes and advocating for critical housing policies.
Just shy of 4 months after Hurricane Helene, Asheville Area Habitat was able to reopen the Asheville Restore. It was a heartwarming event that brought together and culminated the hard work of our donors, volunteers, staff, and so many other people in the community. As I stood at the door and the customers filed in, one man stopped and looked at me and said, 120 days. I said, beg your pardon? He said the store was closed for 120 days. The man never broke stride and kept walking in to do his shopping. It's been a tough road. We lost our entire truck fleet, hundreds of thousands of dollars of inventory, and 4 months of lost revenue. A small silver lining, if you can call it that, is that more members of the community learned about our Weaverville Restore and began shopping and donating there while Asheville was closed.
We are grateful and humbled by the support that we've seen from this community and from all around the country. Donations of all different sizes have poured in, giving us the ability to move forward into this work boldly. Everything from $10 to a $1 million gift from our local community foundation, and gifts every size in between. We've seen musicians and tennis professionals and celebrities and people of all kinds finding a way to connect their passion with our mission and help rebuild our community. There's just far too many people to name everyone who has contributed to our recovery efforts thus far. But know that we are incredibly grateful and humbled by the generosity and love that you've shown. The late President Jimmy Carter said, "You can do what you have to do, and sometimes you can do it even better than you think you can." This is how I feel today, reflecting on how far we've come in just 6 months. This gives me the strength I need to boldly say and firmly believe that together we can rebuild a community where everyone has a place to call home.